I wanted to drop in and give you a sneak peek inside the Assessment Bootcamp ebook. So this ebook used to be a course hosted on Teachable, and Teachable is a website where you have to create an account and put in your password every time you want to go there. And so I wanted to make it just a little bit easier for you to access this bootcamp, and so I changed it to an ebook format. And so I kind of wanted to just give you a little sneak peek of what that looks like and how to use it. So if you were to buy the Preschool Assessment Bootcamp in my Teachers Pay Teachers store at Lovely Commotion, you would get a zip file, and when you unzip that file, this is what you would be getting. So first is the ebook itself. And so I'm going to open this one up, and it opens in Adobe Reader, and it is formatted just like an ebook. It's got chapters. As you can see, scroll down here. There's different chapters included. Chapter 1 is the ins and outs of assessment and kind of what that looks like in early childhood, and maybe some mind shift changes too on how we assess little ones. Chapter 2, no need to reinvent the wheel. I have done the hard work, so I can help you out and kind of guide you along the way. Chapter 3, creating a portfolio. I know a lot of centers and schools don't use portfolios yet, and so I'm going to tell you why we use them and why we love them and how to do it. Chapter 4 is organizing it all, and Chapter 5, putting it to good use. So you've done these assessments and have data, and now what are you going to do with it? Chapter 6, communicating with parents, taking those results and sharing those with parents, and I give ideas and tips for that as well. Also included is other resources. So the 6 chapters of in-depth step-by-step lessons would be this ebook right here. 5 instructional videos that are not available anywhere else, just in this boot camp. A note-taking workbook, which we'll look at it in a minute. And of course, the bones of this whole boot camp is built around the play-based pre-kindergarten assessment and portfolio packet. Now you can buy this packet in my store as is, and I'll kind of show you what you get with that. But everything extra is what comes with the boot camp. Kind of the walking you through it and giving you support is the boot camp side. And then with the boot camp, there are some extras as well, which we'll walk through those real quickly. So this is the ebook itself, and so you go through and there's different chapters for you to read, and to reflect, you're going to use the 7-day preschool assessment bootcamp workbook. So this is where you can write down your notes, thoughts. Scroll down here just a minute. These are just notes from the course. Also, this one would be like a where am I now scale, kind of reflecting on where you are and where you might want to be going. Shift in thinking, different kind of, it's just a place for you to gather your thoughts and hold them all in one place. And so in this folder, the play-based assessment folder, is where you're going to find the meat and bones of the assessment and portfolio packet. This is the one that you can buy in my store alone. And you'll see down here at the bottom, it has the original document. And the original document is the very first one I created. It's not as editable easily, and it is not play-based. And so the play-based version looks a little bit different because we're assessing through games and activities rather than just drill and practice. So it has a read me first file that kind of walks you through all the pieces of the assessment and portfolio packet, and then it gives you the one itself, and then it also has an easy print portfolio document, which is awesome because basically you make one of these for each kiddo. You fill it in throughout the year because it's editable, and then you can just print it once at the end of the year and be done. So pretty excited about that piece. Let's go back. Okay, also just included for the boot camp is a skills cheat sheet. So all of these skills, I'll show it to you. There's literacy and language, and there's also math. And so basically what it does is it's a cheat sheet. It tells you the skill, what it means, an example of that, and any prerequisites that your learners will need to have before they can start working on this skill. So when you go through and assess and you're assessing these things and there's something that's missing, you can kind of go to that and say, okay, do we have these things, these prerequisites? Maybe we should work on those first, right? So an example to that would be letter identification, the ability to recognize and name the letters of the alphabet. This symbol right here is called the letter T, but to be able to do that first, they have to be able to visually discriminate between letter symbols. A T and an F look fairly similar, but they have to discriminate that they do look different. They also need to be familiar with letter names by, singing the ABC song. So this is a helpful place for you to grab some pieces for like a small group instruction, or how are you going to get those kiddos to meet this goal over here and make sure they have these prerequisites. So that this is only included in the boot camp itself. Also, there's a portfolio checklist, like all the pages that you want to have in there from start to finish, so you can make sure you have what you need. There's also a photo checklist for your portfolios, and that will help you just, for each kid, do I have what I need photo-wise? And there's also portfolio viewing letters. So these would be letters already written for you to send to parents about when they can come and view their child's portfolio, because obviously it looks different than just sending home a report card. The quick data collector, this is something that I use for whole group. I developed it when I needed to know which letters my class as a whole were struggling with. And so actually you can, by plugging in this data, you can find out letters, numbers, shapes, and colors, and which of those pieces do they need the most work with. Like, is the oval the common shape that children in your class need help with? And then I would take that information and plug that into whole group time and know that if most kids are struggling with an oval and not a circle, then obviously we're going to work more on oval. So it just kind of gives you an overview of your class and what they need extra help with. And then this also is only this preschool goal setting. It is only in this boot camp as well. And so basically it is geared for our preschoolers to set a goal, one simple goal. And you can see right here with a picture basically. And you would take one of these goals down here, and we do one goal at a time. So if our goal is name formation, I would cut this one out and we would put it in the square up here, and this would be their goal and their name down here, maybe how we might meet this goal, just some things. You can write some notes down here, and then there's a check mark for I've met my goal. There's also at the very end some information for parents about their goal. And so it just kind of gives that child that one thing of, I really want to, work on this. This is my goal. And it helps the teacher too, because you know exactly what you want to get accomplished with that kiddo, that one thing that you really want to go for at that moment. So that is included. And then there's also small group lesson plans, because once you find out what skills and experiences your children need, you're going to create a lesson plan and pull those kiddos back in a small group to play those games and do those activities to work on that skill. And then there's certificate of completion. So if you're needing hours, this counts for about, I think it was 7 hours. Let me double check though. So you can have that certificate of completion too as you went through the boot camp. So as you can see, you get quite a bit more value with the boot camp because I'm walking you through step by step versus just the product itself. Again, both are available. Both have directions and explanations. But if you have any questions at all, please feel free to email me at ashley@lovelycommotion.com. Thanks, guys.